City, renowned for its mariachi music,
Art,
bullfights,
Aztec ruins,
spicy dishes,
and Spanish architecture. There's so much to do here.
it's the very heart of Mexican culture.
Welcome to travel.co.nz.
And this is Mexico City, one of the largest cities in the world with over 20 million people.
We are in downtown Mexico City. This is called Zocalo Square. It's got everything. It's got politics, the presidential palace there. It's got religion, the main cathedral. There are hotels you can eat. That's what it's all about.
It is, and it's all about the passion, it's all about the people, and it's all about the places. And we're going to experience all of that over the next 3 days.
We're going to check that out in two ways. The luxury end is going to go culture and history, and the budget...
The budget is all about parties and people and passion and places, and hopefully lots of cheap tequila.
Okay, cool. So we're going to toss a coin. Eagles high end, Aztecs low end. I'm going to call Aztecs low end.
There it
Aztecs!
is. Aztecs low
Woo,
end.
budget.
Are you going to be needing that backpack?
Well, I think I'm going to find myself a little bicycle taxi.
Oh, gee, Espanol.
It's very, very bad. Oh, I know 4 Spanish words. Have a good time.
Sky rats.
I'm going to flag down a taxi, and I've been told, cute as they are, the VW ones are not safe. There were, in the past, heaps of taxi hijackings and assaults and all sorts of things. I'm going to go for a bike taxi. Because what can they do? Cycle off with my money? What money? I'm on a budget. How do you call a taxi in Mexico?
I've always wanted to lay my head somewhere really old, so I've picked this 16th century hotel overlooking Zocalo Square. Oh, muchas gracias. The Majestic Hotel, or Majestic, as the Mexicans might say. Rooms here will set you back between 280 and 660 New Zealand dollars per night. I'm sure I used to be fitter than this. The only thing I can conclude is the altitude. Mexico City is at 7,500 feet above sea level, which is about halfway up Mount Cook. Has it always been a hotel?
Not really. It's a private house.
A private house?
Yeah, there was an
Wow.
old lady that used to live in this place by herself.
What the Majestic lacks in mod cons, it makes up for in pure 16th century charm and one heck of a view. Not bad. Initially from Mexico City, I expected a Wild West frontier town. But now that I'm here, I'm finding it looks more like somewhere in Europe. It's full of old, beautiful 16th century buildings, and there's an amazing energy in the place, an energy of more than 20 million people going about their daily business.
Oh, wow. Honestly, the traffic here is pretty interesting. My goodness. Habla inglés?
What?
Habla inglés?
Casi no.
No, he doesn't speak English. Okay. Well, this is a good way to sightsee. It's costing me about 20 pesos, which would work out to be about 5 New Zealand dollars, so pretty cheap, if a little bit slow. Gracias.
Here's my bed, just a couple of blocks back from Zocalo Square. The Hostel Catedral is cheap and central.
Hostels with keycards, go. Breakfast is included. Single-sex dormitories. Looks like I'm the only girl in town. Check out this view. This is fantastic. All for 25 New Zealand dollars. Oh. Flip, I wonder if that's Dean's hotel over there.
Well, with only 3 days in Mexico City, I'm keen to head out of town a little bit to explore some of the historic places around the city's outskirts. Well, it certainly took a while to get out of Mexico City. The place is so sprawling, but here we are finally with the road full of freedom ahead of us. We're taking a ride south to Tasco, which is a little town. It's 500 years old and it's famous for silver. Now, if I was on Petra's budget, I could have taken a bus, but instead, for 500 New Zealand dollars, I've hired a driver and a car. And we're going to go and do some shopping because Tasco is famous for its silver. Well, the main square of Tasco. This place is just gorgeous. It's nestled on a hillside. There's all these tiny little buildings and the streets are all paved. If I thought we were high up in Mexico City, I'm positively puffing now. We're even higher. But you do have to wonder, with streets this thin, why on earth would they bother painting a median strip?
A long hour's trek out of Mexico City and you'll find Xochimilco, a series of canals 800 years old and 115 miles long. And on the weekends, they turn into a truly local fiesta.
Ooh, shake it, mama. Ooh, shake it, mama.
Well, I've come up to Xochimilco, it's quite an effort. It's quite a wee way out of town, but no problem, because basically it's like a party is happening here, and I've hooked up with Pepe. You're celebrating today, eh?
Yes, I celebrate my birthday today.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
Salud! And basically, you can hire your own boat, but who wants to be on board a boat on their own? So you let me join in your party?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
And do you think that the Mexicans are quite a passionate people?
Yes.
Why? Why is that?
Yeah, because the people Mexicans, we are too hot. We are very honest. It's have a passion, a big passion for this culture, you know?
For the culture?
Yeah, yes.
The selection of silver in this town really is mind-boggling. I've had a look around one or two of the shops and really am spoiled for choice about what to buy. I have learned a few good tips though, and one of them, which is really important if you're buying silver in Mexico, look for the .925 stamp. It's put on there by the government and it guarantees that it's at least 92.5% silver in whatever piece you're buying. Welcome to Elenos Ballesteros, one of the oldest and most famous jewelry shops here in Tesco.
Yeah.
Wow, I'd wake up if you did that.
It's a rattlesnake.
Oh, fantastic. And it's a rattle.
And it's a rattle completely.
Wow. And what would you use this for?
It was used for dancing, ceremonial dancing.
Could you do one for me?
Oh, I cannot
Ladies
dance.
and gentlemen, Mr. Roberto.
Well, for 14 pesos, which is about 30 cents, I've got myself a little bit of kite to combat the beer, and basically hijacked somebody else's party. Just got on board, so I only have to pay a couple of bucks for my seat, and it cost me 45 cents to get here. You could say I'm on budget. Woohoo!
Ah, now this church was built by one of the first guys to ever get seriously rich off silver in this town. The story goes, Don Jose Borda was riding along on his horse and it tripped over a stone and dislodged the stone, and beneath it was the beginning of a huge vein of silver. Being a good God-fearing man, Mr. Borda decided to pour heaps of dosh into a church, which is about 250 years old. It's very beautiful, very impressive. Oh, wow. Well, the silver tycoon Borda had a motto: God gives to Borda, Borda gives to God. Although Borda almost gave too much in the building of this because it just about bankrupted him. You can see why. It's just amazing. So intricate.
Coming up, I check out a modern Mexican craze.
And I taste some local delicacies.
My second day in Mexico City, and even on a budget, the party never ends. There's a sport which originated right here and everyone's crazy about it.
Quite honestly, this looks like something out of a Mad Max movie, but I was told it's the rage here. Not only that, it's the Mexican equivalent of WWF, only these guys invented it. Now, only cost me $5 to get in, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm in for, so I'm going to go backstage and talk to the star attraction. Have you been wrestling for a long time?
Professional wrestler 5 years ago. Yeah.
Is it dangerous?
No, I'm fine. I never hurt myself.
No?
No.
Is it all make-believe? Is it like theatrics, drama? Or are you really hurting those guys?
Yeah, I really read the guys here.
You work hard.
Yeah, I try.
And you're gonna get those guys?
Well, I try. Yeah.
Put your man in the can, honey. Get him while you can.
I grabbed a guide and headed 30 minutes out of downtown. This place, this hacienda or house, is like probably one of the most expensive restaurants in Mexico City. And it's really beautiful. We've got albino peacocks, we've got mariachis playing in the background. Chef David speaks very little English, in fact, no English whatsoever. So, Jamina, can you ask him what's on the menu today?
Escamoles al ajillo, gusanos de maguey, sopa de flor de calabaza y filete huachinango Veracruz.
Okay. Escamoles is the egg or the larva? The larva?
The larvae.
The larvae of the ant.
Of an ant.
Yeah. And swarms?
Swamps.
Swarms, yeah, of the maguey.
Maggot.
Yeah.
Worm. What?
Zero!
What are people saying? What are they chanting?
They are yelling, Silva, Silva, Silva. What is the name of giant?
Yes. Anything else?
They are very bad words.
What's one of them? The bad word. In
Bad word.
Espanol.
Culero,
Culero.
culero,
It's a bad word.
puto, ojete.
You're saying very bad words.
Very bad words.
Very bad. Maybe I'll just say culero.
Yeah, you just say culero.
A wee word of warning, come in a group and leave your valuables at home.
I'm going to just have a wee look at what's going on here because I can't quite believe it. Oh yes, oh yes. These are obviously the ant larvae, and these look suspiciously like worms. So it wasn't something that got lost in the translation. In fact, that is what we're having, larvae and worms for the first course. There it is, ant larvae. It's not bad. It just tastes, it could be anything. Yep, they're definitely worms. And fat suckers too.
You ready?
Yeah, I think so. There he is. A wormy fella. Didn't know what hit him. Just hanging out one day inside a cactus and then next day he's in my mouth. It's unusual. It's very unusual.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's quite, these guys definitely...
The last president was into big flags. So twice a day, the military march into Zocalo Square to lower, then raise again, downtown's humongous red, white and green.
¿Cuánto cuesta esto?
Trata una hora, más o menos, la ceremonia.
Ceremony? See? I think I asked him how much it costs, and I think he said that it was happening in a few minutes, and it was a ceremony. Buena, gracias. I'm scared, he's got a machine gun. This is the good bit. He has to try and catch the end of the flag. And you imagine it's like a boat's sail. So it's got heaps of power in it, it's very strong. And you know the funny thing? They put the flag up in half an hour and no one's looking. That's Dean's Hotel up there. And how the high life's going. Whatever.
Time for me to taste some of Mexico's highbrow cultural offerings, but first, a little spit and polish. Got it? Hey! Lots of moisturizing stuff and lots of shoe whips and lots of brushing. Perfecto. Muchas gracias, nah? It's fantastic. Shiniest shoes in town. Darth Vader would be proud.
Check this place out. I read about it. Plaza Garibaldi. It's where all the mariachis, musicians, gather, and you can hire them for the whole evening for a party. You can hire them for a song. It costs about $12, or you can eavesdrop, which is what I'm going to do. This is crazy. Great outfits, man. And they're different types. Buenas noches. Cowboy mariachis. Okay. Nice. And look, chick mariachis in white suits. Obviously, he's a man. Wow. Apparently, I've been told that this kind of serenading means that he's probably just proposed. He looks a lot older than her. It may take more than 8 mariachis.
I'm told this is the only place to see traditional Mexican dance and the ballet rolled into one. Funny how having extra shiny shoes really makes you strut. Welcome to the De Bellas Arts building, which is the home of the ballet folklorico. I'm a little confused as to how traditional Mexican dancing is going to fit into like a ballet formula, but time will tell. Meanwhile, I'll just sit back and enjoy the Queen's box. Where does the ballet come into the ballet folklorica? Well, the answer is it doesn't. I was a little bit surprised about that, but a healthy dose of comedy moustaches, girls with guns, lasso action, streamer danger, and invisible chihuahuas has helped to alleviate the fact that it's folk dancing.
Bloody marvelous. Hot, delicious, and so cheap. 5 pesos, it's about $1.50 for a taco. 25 pesos for the tequila, that's about maybe $7. A bit like drinking fire though. Perfect way to end an evening where I feel like I've actually got to touch Mexico, you know, like you've seen some of the passion.
After the break, I have a nose around Frida Kahlo's house.
And I visit Mexico's famous pyramids.
To me, it feels walking around the city like there's art everywhere. There's no separation between life and the music and the dancing. And look here, they've covered a construction site with a copy of Diego Rivera's work, very famous Mexican artist. And you can tell the people he really didn't like because they're the ones that are grossly ugly. But his wife, I think that's her there, Frida Kahlo, she looks beautiful.
Frida Kahlo, recognised as one of the 3 most important women in Mexican history, and I'm here with Martha, who wrote her biography. Now, we're in Frida's studio.
Yes, this was built for her by Diego Rivera.
Fantastic. And so the paintings that have been created here are incredibly valuable now.
Yes, she is the most expensive woman artist of all mankind, of all history. The last one that was ever auctioned, that was in New York last November, claimed $4,700,000.
US.
US.
So some of Frida's clothes here, she seems to have had a really unique style, like quite a strange look.
Well, she knew how to capture the eye of a man.
Have you got anything like this in your wardrobe?
I used to have it.
Yep.
But I don't wear it anymore.
You prefer the Armani?
Yeah, I prefer the Armani, no.
Now, I hadn't heard of Frida, but a wander around this place where she spent so much time is enough to bring her alive. Frida's melons, tell me about them.
These are watermelons. This is a very important fruit for us Mexicans because apparently from the colors of this fruit developed the colors of our flag. This is marked Viva la Vida. That means in Spanish, long live life. It was done on a year in which she tried to commit suicide twice, and according to my investigations, she succeeded on the 3rd time.
Wow.
Frida committed suicide in July 1954.
A good 45-minute bus ride out of town lies Mexico's most ancient and biggest monuments, Teotihuacan, a perfect way to spend my last day.
Pretty amazing place. I think they built it, started it over 2,500 years ago. Pyramids look absolutely massive and they're 2 k's away. It's quite a serene feeling actually, and burning hot sunshine. This is called the Avenue of the Dead because when they were excavating it they found a whole lot of human bones, but they're pretty sure they're not sacrifices. They think that they were burial sites, maybe of the royalty that used to live on either side. Pirámide del Sol, 3rd largest pyramid in the world. Beaten only by 2 in Egypt, of course. I tell you what, it's hot, thirsty work, but I have a suspicion that the view from the top of the Pyramid of the Sun will be worth every breath. Some fashion advice, don't wear high heels or jeans, and bring plenty of water. It's astounding. Fantastic view. But what's kind of strange about Teotihuacan is that it's quite eerie. You know that a whole group of people who lived and died and built were here, and that some of them were sacrificed right where I'm sitting. And that makes it quite kind of strange and silent, but at the same time it's marvellous.
Overall, the place is crawling with art, history, culture, and Volkswagens. I've ticked them all off the list and spent the last of my high-end budget on a crystal ball. What is that?
This is from a Mexican party I went to, baby.
A gimp party, clearly.
No. It was Mexican wrestling. It was absolutely outrageous.
Fantastic. Looks like a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Any excuse for Mexicans to sing or dance or scream, and they're in there.
Out of 10?
Oh, 9.5.
9.5,
I'm going to have to
fantastic.
go home and have a sleep to catch up from all the party.
Right. Well, before we do that, come to my terrace for a drink.
Oh, nice.
The terrace of that hotel, which has stung me $6.50 a night. All up though, I've spent $5.5 grand in the 3 days, and I've racked up the air points as well.
What a great place Mexico is on a budget. I only spent $500, had the best party ever. Plaza Garibaldi was my favourite and didn't cost a peso. Very nice view.
Not bad at all, huh? Not bad at all.
Not much better than mine, though.
You're joking. The backpackers had a good view,
it was
huh?
pretty good.
Fantastic. Well, if you want to get your own view of Mexico City in 3 dimensions instead of just through the telly, check out travel.co this week because they've got a special travel offer.
Fly to Mexico City with Air New Zealand. Stay 4 nights at the Majestic Hotel right on Zocalo Square from $2,999 per person returned from Auckland, or for an extra $358 from Wellington or $472 from Christchurch.
Now, if Mexico City isn't your cup of tequila, then you might like to check out travel.co's other special offer for this week.
Fly to Fiji and stay 4 nights at the Outrigger Reef Fiji from only $999 per person. You can also get 4 American breakfasts and buffet dinners for an extra $199. See the travel.co website or this week's new idea for details.
Feeling tempted? Now, of course, you can be your own travel agent. You shop around on the net, find something that suits you down to the ground, and do the booking yourself.
While you're on the travel.co.nz website, you can go through to the travelfree.co website because there, when you click around, you can win prizes. 1 every day, 1 every week, and then there's the big prize, which is unlimited travel for a year. Cool. Pretty good.
Salute to the winners, as they say here, and it's time for us to say adios amigos to Mexico.
Yes, next week we're off to Hong Kong.
Cool.
Be fantastic, Hong Kong.
I hope I'm going luxury. I hear it's an expensive town.
Cheers. See you then.
next week.
Sticky doors. Is this some sort of old world thing that I'm not getting, or?
And the boats were very good looking, but right now, I think.
Okay. Guns and girls. He's got more. Don't tell him not to worry about cooking anymore. We'll be fine.
No, está bien así.
This program was brought to you by Global Plus, the fastest way to earn air points, travel.co.nz and Air New Zealand.